Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily Hanahan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. I'm here today with a top 10 ranking and eye swatch video for Clionadh Cosmetics Stained Glass Eyeshadows. If you are new here, or if you are new to the indie world or still finding your way, Clionadh is a Canadian-based indie brand that has gotten fairly famous for their rectangular stained glass, multichrome, and iridescent eyeshadows. They have a restock and sale that's launching on November 19th, and that inspired me to make this video. I was also inspired by many other creators that have done these kinds of videos and may be doing these kinds of videos, such as Millie, Bad to the Brow, Hannah Louise Poston, Laura May Beauty, Tina the Fancy Face, lots of people out there swatching and talking about eyeshadows. I love indie eyeshadows, I love single eyeshadows, I love multichromes and iridescence. So I'm gonna say, if you're new here, if you like colorful makeup, if you like indie makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions or cute fat babes in general, I hope you'll subscribe. So here's the thing. Clionadh is launching a sale as of November 19th. It's a full stained glass shadow restock and sale. It's running through December 3rd. There are bundles that they do. There are, they also have shadows in circular eyeshadow pans and highlighters and accessories. So there's sales on all of the different products, but the stained glass shadows in particular are 15% off. There's also a cross-formula coupon code, all kinds of stuff. I will link Clionadh's Instagram. You can go explore. I'm not affiliated with Clionadh. None of this makes me money if you shop. So I also wanted to be very clear to say, like, this is the shopping season, this is the sale season. If Clionadh isn't in your budget, or if you are just not a fan of how they set up their order, pre-order, whatever system, however they're specifically doing it now and how they've done it in the past and in the future, I get that. I'm not here to pressure you to make a purchase. Something I want to say also kind of from the get-go is that I do have an affinity for my Clionadh shadows. I own 30 of the stained glass shadows and quite a few of their round pan, like duochromes. The stained glass shadows do have a place in my heart for their beauty, their performance, things like that. But do I think that they are incredibly unique to the indie world right now in November of 2021? No, I don't. So as I'm talking about the different shades, I will let you know what formula they are from and my feelings about that shade or the formula, so that if you are curious, or I just want to give you as much information as possible so that if you do make Clionadh purchases based on any information in this video, it feels like, well thought out, but also you might find that you have formulas similar already in your collection, or you have your eye on different brands. I love some of the ones that I have, but I don't think all formulas are created equal. And yeah, I just wanted to be really straightforward with that. So I did eye swatches of all of these colors, and I'm just going to quickly run through how I did them so you know. For some of the iridescent shadows, I did apply them as a highlighter and all over, and I used the Shop Miss A or AOA Studio F19 brush. This is probably my favorite highlighter brush that's also the most affordable. For shimmer application, I really enjoy, I call these like fingertip kind of brushes. This one is from RIP Coastal Scents, so you can't really get it, but that one I did use. I also adore the Refer 21. As you can see, I have 3 of them. This is probably my favorite brush for all shimmers. I also did a lot of application with my finger. I think your finger can't be beat. I just, for the size of my eye and the size of my finger, they don't always go together. Okay, whatever. Hand motions. I use the Fiorne Pixie Epoxy as my base. Actually, for the iridescent swatches, I went in on bare skin at first, and then I put some of this base down and put on more of the iridescent on my lid. But for all other swatches, I put a little bit of this base down first and like pat it out, spread it out, and then go in with the product. This product is absolutely necessary for me and my eyes with the jeweled multichromes. With all of the other formulas, the NYX Glitter Glue or Shot Miss A as a tacky base, all of those formulas would work with other bases. But for the jeweled multichromes, this is a non-negotiable. I also have a couple of questions that I got from patrons and YouTube members that I'm going to try to answer as we go. One of the questions was which ones are least dupable, or which formulas are least dupable. And I just want to clearly say, I do think in general, none of these formulas that they currently have are not dupable. What am I trying to say? I think that most of these formulas exist on the market in different ways, but I do have some favorites, and you'll see as I'm talking through them. So here's a little sneak preview of 9 out of my 10 favorites. The 10th had a little bit of a fall, so I'm not going to hold it upright. But I wanted to start with a little bit of a cheat, a little bit of a runner-up. Phosphorescent. Phosphorescent is what I have on my eyes and on my cheeks today. Not the green liner, but I have it placed all over, similar to what I did with the other iridescents that I talk about. This is a pink to green iridescent, and I love it, especially as a highlighter or as an inner corner. I had a little bit of a freak out, I really want it moment with the Ofra Mother Earth or Earth Glow highlighter from months ago, pre-MAGA. That was pink to green. And I started digging through my collection trying to find single eyeshadows. Phosphorescent, yes. Chandelier also does pink to green, but it's a glitter formula. It's also very pretty. It's like another runner-up. But I just wanted to say that that's what I have on today, and it definitely is high on my list. The first official one I want to talk about is Ray. So Ray and Phosphorescent are from the Series 2 Iridescent Multichrome collection. There was a Series 1 iridescents. I have one from that series. I don't find them to be as impressive or impactful. I don't plan in the future on buying any more from that series. The Series 2 iridescent formula, though, I love. So Ray is like red to pink. It has some yellow and orange. That reminds me. I am not a professional when it comes to lighting for multichromes. So I am not Millie. I'm not bad to the brow. If you want like that full scope look at shifts with lighting and all of that, that's not what this video is for. But I figured if you just want to see how it looks in direct sunlight with, I'm just letting you know what you're getting into. So anyway, Ray is incredibly impactful. It is a shade that picks up like the barest touch in the pan and you have a lot of product. I don't want to compare everything to other brands because I already stated that I do have a bit of a bias towards my Clionadh collection. That was my knuckles cracking, in case you heard that. But If you were looking at Red Giant from Terra Moons, this instead. I've done side-by-side comparisons. Ray shines brighter and shinier, and the colors almost come off as like neon in a way. I think Ray is on my list because I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do. I usually am not like a lover of reds and oranges, so I don't even know why I originally picked up Ray. I don't know why it made it on the list, but it's so impactful. Like when I put it on my inner corner, it just beams. I adore it. So as I said, Phosphorescent and Ray are the Series 2 multichromes. The next two on my list are the glitter type iridescent multichromes. So I would say the Series 2 is a smoother kind of formula, still very high impact, but smoother. The glitter type is definitely more texture. So the next one I'm talking about is Glint. Now, this one read very gold on my face, but I find that it has some green in it. It has some like pink. Like I feel like it reminds me of phosphorescent almost, but then you have like a little bit more blue and the yellow, and as you can see, like it definitely has texture to it. I will wear these as face highlighters, but I think I prefer them more as like my really blown out inner corner or brow bone, or I'll put them all over my eye. Gloaming though. Number 3 is Gloaming. Gloaming is like peach to green. I've heard it described by a friend as like Lunar Spectrum from Terra Moon, but like the chunkier, more glittery texture, and I would agree with that. But I like texture, so I tend to reach for Gloaming more on my eyes, whereas like Lunar Spectrum I would wear on my face as like a highlighter. So I adore Gloaming. I don't plan on picking anything up in this sale, but if money were no object, I would probably buy the rest of the Series 2 iridescent line and the rest of the glitter iridescent line because I really like them and I find them to be the most high impact iridescents in my collection. So number 4 is Ripple. Ripple is a glitter multichrome, and it's one of the first that I picked up. I originally ordered 5 of the shadows from Clionadh, and then over, last December or last October, last fall, I got another 24. Yeah. But Ripple was one of the first ones I got. Ripple is like a lavender to purple shadow. Now, again, this has a chunkier texture. I really like it, but I also think that it's not the most unique to the market. I think, again, when I got Ripple, I felt it was more unique. But now, and now I might consider recommending Lineage, which is a different formula. But anyway, I still love it. I'm giving you like the full spectrum because this is what I do. But I definitely, so sometimes these glitter formulas lend themselves to being kind of like tapped over as a topper. I find with Ripple, it wants to just like stick in a spot. So I tend to use it in a high impact way. I'm not as able to like tap it over other shades. It tends to just want to like go on in one spot. Does that make sense? So like I love it and I can put it on high impact on the inner corner or the inner lid or all over the eye like I did in this video. But if you're like, I want to tap Ripple over other colors already on my eye, that's where it doesn't perform as strong. But I love my pastels. I love pastel and iridescent duochromes, multichromes. So this one has seen a lot of love. Like it's one of the older ones, but it's been used. The next one up, Opulent. So this is also a glitter formula. Opulent, I'm going to say the next two that I'm talking about, if you're a warm neutrals, neutral hoe, Opulent, get it. If you're ordering, get it. So Opulent in the pan looks like a kind of cool gold or taupe. But on the eye, you get that like reddish pink warmth that you find in like red brown duochrome eyeshadows. And then you get like, I do think it reads more taupe than gold, but it's not a cold taupe. It's more like neutral. And I think because you have that reddish pink base, it feels like one of those colors that like I would pair with like reddy mattes or pinky mattes and then go in with this, or you could pair it with more neutral tone mattes and it still be a showstopper but a little less colorful. It's just a beautiful formula. It has that texture, but it also has it's easy to apply. It has opacity to it. So it has the texture and shine, but also opacity so that you can just like put it on. You could just pop it on and you're good to go. But you know, it's just easy to work with. It just really is. So I think that's the thing that I'm noticing with the glitter multichromes is that some of like they can behave a bit different. Some of them have more opacity and kind of apply, I want to say smoother, even though they have a lot of shine and texture. Anyway, those are the two glitter formulas I want to talk about. What I want to say, I have quite a few of the glitter formula shadows. I do enjoy them. Do I think that they outshine JD Glow Galaxy shadows, some of my Davina shadows, Terra Moons, Kaleidos, Adept? No. So I've really picked the ones that I'm the most excited by. But for me, the glitter ones, like, there are hits and there are misses, and I like some of them, and I think they are, you know, like some of them are quite nice, but I wouldn't say that they're all worth it, even though some of them are the most affordable in the line. So this list is not in order of most favorite to least favorite or least favorite to most favorite. This is simply in order of kind of colors, so that as I was eye swatching, the lighter colors would go on first, deeper colors would go on last. But if I had to pick a number one, right now, it might be Vermilion. I'm having a Vermilion moment. Vermilion is the deep iridescent formula. I have two deep iridescent eyeshadows from them. I think that formula has a lot of promise, but I want them to do more with it. But you know, I always want more. I want more color, because the reason why I am obsessed, and I don't use that word, you know, we overuse obsessed, but like Vermilion has a brightness to it. I don't think of it as like pastel or iridescent, and I also don't think of it as deep. It has a brightness to it. There's a gold in there, and then like a peach, and then a hot pink. But they just feel juicy and bright, and it's a very smooth formula. If you are not enticed by that glittery formula, I think Vermilion is a beautiful formula for you. Because it has that gold and even that peach, that's why I think of it as a neutral for me. But it has that really strong hot pink flash, so it might not be neutral for everyone. I love Vermilion just all over the eye. It is like when I just want to look fucking pretty, that's when I reach for Vermilion. just, yeah, I want to see them do more with this formula because I have one other. I have the green one from the Deep Iridescent formula, and it's pretty, but I don't find it giving me high impact as quick as Vermilion does. So I think the Deep Iridescent is a formula that, like, I think other brands are doing it. I know Terra Moons has done some recently. Like, when they say it's a gray-based multichrome, that is what the Deep Iridescent is. So, yeah, I'm interested in this general family of shadows. But of course, I have eyes on Clionadh. I think January or February, they're doing some new shadow launches, which is why I keep thinking about this stuff. So yeah, I'm curious. I've heard good things about the other Deep Iridescents, but I'm not sure if they're all created equal. Now, let's talk about some vibrant multichromes. So the next one up is Heirloom. Heirloom to me is like the happy medium between green and turquoise. And then it has like some golden shine and sparkle to it. So the vibrant formula is one that I really like because it has color, but it doesn't have the black base. It also has shine and sparkle. I think of it as like a combination between kind of like the jeweled and the glitter together, but it's not quite as multichromatic. The vibrants aren't as like multichrome as some of the other formulas. So I really like them because they add that punch of color without smokiness that I want. And I think that they're very, very pretty, but I don't know if you're looking at the price of the shadows. Like, I don't know off the top of my head if it's like, competitive with other shiny, glittery, high impact, vibrant shadows on the market. But I really like Heirloom. I pair Heirloom a lot with Courtyard, which is another vibrant multichrome. I enjoy Courtyard, but I wanted more green in Courtyard. It's pastel, but I don't know. It's pretty. I do like it, but I don't love it. Clionadh, if you happen to be watching, I would love some green, like vibrant multichromes or glitter multichromes or any other new formulas you're coming out. Like green shifting to other colors and less pastel or turquoise. Please, pretty please. And I really do like the vibrant formula, and I have my eyes on some of the colors that are in that line, but also expansions. But yeah, Heirloom I enjoy working with. I think it's just a really pretty, shiny color that fits into my Green Goblin heart. Royalty. Royalty is just a beautiful purple with some blue in it. Like a cool purple lavender with some deeper purple and blue in the color. It just, like, I would call this more of a duochrome, but again, it's very impactful. It's easy to apply. And it's a color that I really enjoy. So Royalty is quite beautiful. Yeah. It's just one of the purples that I just really like. So as I said, the vibrant formula I really enjoy. It's not super multichromatic in my opinion with the ones that I've tried, but they're pretty and they're easy to work with, and that makes me really happy. The last two up are from the jeweled formula. The jeweled formula I think is what really made the stained glass collection what it is. The thing I want to say about the Clionadh jeweled multichromes and these black-based multichromes in general, the market is saturated with them. There are plenty of dupes across the market. I think the thing that Clionadh does is they really give you options so you can find any specific shift you want. But I also think that makes it kind of tricky. Like if you're a completionist, I understand why you might not ever jump into the Clionadh pool because it's such a big collection, but I think a lot of them overlap each other and there are just like different slight variations. Makes for a beautiful full collection, but like it's not in my heart to have them all. I do have quite a few of the black base multichromes from Clionadh, and I think I'm generally set. But of course, there's a couple that stand out, and it's not just these two, but these were the two that I picked out. So the first one up is Gargoyle. Now, Gargoyle in my pan just looks like a beautiful, bright emerald green, or maybe deep emerald green. But it is a color that shifts so dark. You get to that almost black or almost like red black color, and then you also get some neutral tone in there. It's a color that's kind of hard for me to describe, but I think if you like smoky eyes, if you like neutrals but you're open to green, I think you would like Courtyard. I also think Weld is another good one if you're more of a neutral lover, but you're open to some color. But there's something about Gargoyle that's just very unique to my collection in terms of the saturation of like the green, but also the smokiness. Because I find that like those don't always go together. It's just a very beautiful color. It's a color that I don't wear as much as I would like now that I like think about it, because it really gives you that golden green to emerald green to the smoky and there's like a little bit of like a taupey reflection or like a brown reflection in there. I'm just like staring at these on my finger as I'm talking because I filmed the eye swatches yesterday, and so I'm just trying to remember everything. But it's a beautiful one. I'm sure there are dupes out there, but it feels like one of the more unique colors that Clionadh has put together. The last one on my top 10 is the poor baby that's separate because, of course, I had to drop one of my favorites, and my Green Goblin favorite, and that is Patina. Now, Patina is gold to green goodness. Like, it's just everything I want in my life. It's what I want on my face. Like, if I want smoky color, I want Patina. It doesn't go into blue, like it shifts to a green that's almost blue, but if you want a green to blue multichrome, Trefoil from Clionadh is the one. And Seaweed is the one I have from JD Glow that is the dupe of that. But Patina, I just, like, this is some of my favorite colors all in one shadow. And it's a green multichrome. Like, why are you surprised that it's in my top 10? So yeah, that's the thing. And like I said, with these jeweled multichromes, I have to use the Fiorine Pixie Epoxy. Even then, I will sometimes still get creasing or things like that. It's just my eyes, it's my skin. Like, if any of these swatches look like shit, I don't do eye swatches very often. I did them all in a row, but even if sometimes it's funny. Things can look like shit in the camera and I'm perfectly happy with them in real life. And vice versa. Sometimes things that I hate in real life look beautiful on the camera. So those insecurities out of the way, that is my top 10 Clionadh Stained Glass Shadow Roundup. And I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about any of the formulas, any of the colors I talked about today, or if, if you have questions about colors that I might not have shown. Like I said, I have 30 of their shadows, so this is only a third of my collection. And I'm pretty happy with most of them. I'm gonna say, I don't love the hybrid multichromes as much as I thought I would. To me, the hybrid multichromes have the smokiness of the stained glass formula with the like opacity of the and almost texture of the vibrant formula, but they don't give that shiftiness that I was really looking for. So I find them to be more just like smoky and sparkly. So there's that. And I also didn't love the pastel multichrome formula. I have one of the colors. It's pretty, but it's just fine. Like, it's just fine. It's just not my favorite. I think it's not as juicy or as pastel. It's kind of like, they read more to me as like a mid-range smoky. But I literally only have one of them. I have the blue one. And now I think I'm finally done with all of my Clionadh opinions. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you did. Share it out if you feel like any of my footage or rambling is helpful. And let me know, do you have your eye on anything in this sale? Or maybe you have your eye on other indie brands for Black Friday? Because I might have some more top 10 lists in the works. Most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. And hopefully I'll see you again real soon. Bye, friends.